Welcome back. Yep, this is Mr. Oh, I think. Wait, hold on. I wasn't sure if it was gonna work or not. I wasn't sure if it was gonna work or not. Hold on. This is not how I want to do my introduction. Just wanted to show the money in the bank. I just want to say this is Mr. Blackhammer 2021. I'm gonna make my Money in the Bank 2023 review. I'm gonna talk about the pay per view. It's been 3 hours now. It's been 3 hours. The pay per view had ended. I'm gonna make the video now because I just got done watching the other YouTubers and podcasters who talked about the show and did their review. And I will go through everything that happened. I will go through everything. And oh boy, this was a great pay per view. Um, well, actually, wait a minute. Oh, okay, good. All right. See, y'all can see me now. Oh boy, man, this is there will be a lot to talk about here. A lot to talk about. Um, as you guys know, I will make a. This will be a 30-minute video. This my video is sponsored by JD from New York, Salamonster Sound Off, Fightful Pro Wrestling, Just Alex, Good Might Work Commentaries, Wrestle Talk Podcast, The Wrestling Observe, and all the other podcasters who do wrestling reviews. Oh boy, I cannot wait to talk about this paper. There is a lot to talk about. And holy moly, this was a good show. There were some matches I did like. There were some matches I did not like. We will talk about the news and rumors. We had some good matches. We had two great ladder matches, the men's and the women. We had a fantastic main event and the ending, and we'll talk about. But Jesus, man, the way how the pay per view was, I thought the crowd was awesome. I thought, I thought the London crowd was awesome, and people were very into it. I could not believe what I saw. Um, I thought that there's a lot to talk about. And you guys know, Damian Priest won the men's ladder match, which I agree with. I got some of my predictions right in this match. Some of my I got wrong. Damian Priest won the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and I agree with. I agree with that decision that Triple H made. Io Sky won the women's ladder match, and I also agree with that was the right call. And she got a big pop. The fans loved it. Gunther, he beat Matt Riddle. He pretty much squashed Matt Riddle in like 8 minutes. Holy shit, that was a damn good match. Matt Riddle got squashed. Gunther continued to dominate. Drew McIntyre made a return, and it looks like we will get McIntyre and Gunther at SummerSlam. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler lost the women's tag team title to Raquel and Liv Morgan, and Shayna Baszler turned heel on Ronda Rousey, which was the big shock that nobody expected and was out of nowhere. We will talk about that. Um, we did get John Cena come back. He came out. He said some stuff. He teased that WrestleMania maybe in London. Grayson Waller came out. They went back and forth. He got AA by John Cena. Then we got Cody Rhodes and Dominic. Complete waste of my time. Actually, it was not a pay-per-view match. It was from Monday Night Raw. Same thing with Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. Disappointing, lackluster. They went 12 minutes. Um, it was actually a letdown. I don't know. It was not a pay-per-view match. I don't know what they did, but that match was saved from Monday Night Raw. And the main event. Wait, is that all the matches? Yeah. Um, the main event. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus the Bloodline Civil War that closed the show. I was surprised if main evented. It won the best storyline, one of the best builds in WWE, the most hyped up match for tonight on the pay per view. And the big shock, Roman Reigns would pin. Not that the Usos won, I think we all knew that, but Roman Reigns would pin for the first time in 3.5 years since December 2019, since Baron Corbin of all people pinned Roman Reigns. Jey Uso tonight pinned Roman Reigns for the first time. Holy shit. I was shocked. I did not expect that. I didn't think that they would pull it off. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I was absolutely shocked, but I guess they did that for the big ending, for something to be talked about in the end of the match. Because I thought the main event was utterly boring and started off at a slow pace. The main event went 32 minutes. It was very, very long. The crowd made it awesome with the chant that they were chanting at with Roman and the Usos. And Jey Uso, it made sense for the storyline. But I actually disagree because I think that Roman Reigns being pinned in a tag team match, the only time he should be pinned is when he's losing the titles, not in a nothing tag team match on this pay per view. But they did that for rating and for shock value and for the storyline because this storyline started with Jey Uso 3 years ago, and now it's gonna end with Jey Uso because this was the SummerSlam main event with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso for the title. And man, that was as soon as that happened, I said Cody Rhodes' story is finished, it's done. To a point where I don't care about Cody Rhodes winning the title, and it's not gonna mean anything. Out of all the people that Roman Reigns have beaten, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Edge, Finn Balor, all these guys who wrestled Roman Reigns, it could have been AJ Styles or Bobby Lashley or anyone, Matt Riddle, but it was Jey Uso. It really propelled Jey's career and his family, and it makes the storyline even more better. Roman Reigns being undefeated, unpinned is no more. The invincibility is gone, said Michael Cole at what he said after Roman Reigns was pinned. Um, I was shocked. I couldn't believe that. Now, we will go through all the matches. It was a good pay per view. Some things were decent, something I didn't like. Um, I actually want to talk about Roman Reigns. I will say this. Roman Reigns being Universal Champion for more than 1,031 something days. Roman Reigns, um, he'd been unpinned, undefeated. Roman Reigns was the most, the best wrestler in WWE history. Roman Reigns had one of the best title reigns, had one of the best storylines for 3 years, and all that is now over. All that now goes to a waste. Roman Reigns being pinned tonight. That showed you that whoever beats Roman Reigns, it's not gonna mean anything. It's not gonna do anything for anyone. Roman Reigns, and wow, that was it's hard to explain. I mean, I'm just shocked and shaken. I had a few hours to think about what I should say in the video, how I should review it, how I should talk about it. But that was unbelievable what they did in the main event. I mean, it really propelled Jey Uso and the family and the entire Bloodline storyline. I think it had to happen because they had to get someone on the show. It could have been the Uso pinning Solo and then Solo turns on Roman, but they wanted something big, something shocking. And it was unpredictable. I had the predicted that it would, because as soon as they announced on SmackDown that Jey Uso said Roman Reigns had not been pinned in over 3.5 years and he's gonna get pinned tonight in London, you knew that something was gonna happen. Um, Now I want you guys to listen to some other podcasters like JD from New York and hold on. Now, and this is what JD said.
In the bank, a lot of things to discuss, a lot of things that happened, and the reasons behind them you'll find out here. So if you're new around here, or if you're an OG of the channel around these parts, you know exactly what you're going to get into tonight, man. I am locked and loaded to let you know what the fuck is going on, okay? Very newsworthy evening. Very newsworthy evening. Was it a great show? I wouldn't necessarily call it great. It wasn't a great show. The crowd was fucking phenomenal. One of the best crowds, maybe the best crowd all year. I absolutely adore all of the live UK audiences that digest professional wrestling. There's legitimately nothing like a European UK crowd live for any sporting event. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, you know, with pro wrestling. It happens with everything. It's just a different energy. They made the show great. They made Money in the Bank special. If this was in the United States, it wouldn't be half as good as it was tonight in London at the O2. Was it a great show? That's up for debate. Was it the best show of the entire year? No, it was not. I've seen some people in the chat already saying it was the best pay-per-view of the entire year. I'm going to have to ask you guys to come to a full stop with that narrative right now. It was not. I'm not even talking about AEW.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about All Elite Wrestling. I'm talking about WWE-wise. I would actually take Backlash and WrestleMania Night 1 over what happened tonight. But we...
And I agree. I think the Royal Rumble, the Chamber, WrestleMania Night 1, all Night 2, Backlash, Night Champion. I thought those were good pay-per-views. The Money in the Bank. There was some things I liked and some I didn't like.
We're not talking about Backlash and WrestleMania Night 1. We're talking about Money in the Bank. It was a good show. There were some things on this show that I don't necessarily...
Hello? Alright, I'm back. Very sorry for that. I had to talk to my family member. My grandmother called me. Very sorry about that. It's still continuing. Alright.
Have any interest in, or I didn't have any interest coming into this show in regards to these things. Might as well get them off my chest right now. Cody Rhodes and Dominic, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, they were more suited for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero interest in both of those matches. And the funny thing is, I have interest in Balor and the Judgment Day, but what they produced tonight in that World Championship match was best suited for a main event slot on Monday Night Raw with 2 commercial breaks. That's that type of match. Whatever they produced in that ring was not a PLE-worthy World Championship match for WWE or for both competitors, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Absolutely underwhelming, to say the least. I would not go back ever and rewatch that match. Same thing for Cody Rhodes and Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
No Lesnar, no real interest at all going into it. They didn't do shit. They'll probably save Lesnar for Monday. They didn't really want to fly him and buy him an overseas ticket to come interfere in the match and set it up for SummerSlam with Cody, because we all know it's coming. So, minus those 2 matches, you know, I thought Money in the Bank was a serviceable show. Absolutely. The big thing that happened tonight, clearly, it's going to be the biggest thing, maybe one of the biggest things in all of pro wrestling all year.
Here we go.
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is no longer undefeated in the last 3.5 years. That stopped tonight. Jey Uso was the first man to pin Roman Reigns in 3.5 years.
Yep.
Clean in the center of the ring. Now, I said before we got into this pay-per-view, I did not want to see Roman Reigns lose.
Me neither.
I did not want to see Roman Reigns take the pinfall loss in this match. I was hoping that there was some other way they were going to go about doing the ending. And unfortunately, Roman Reigns and his streak of being unpinned came to an end tonight. Jey Uso is the man. Jey Uso now more than likely will challenge Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. Will he win it? I don't think so, but everybody said tonight coming into this thing that Roman wasn't going to get pinned, and here we are. So who knows what's going to happen, but more than likely Roman will not be dropping the title to Jey Uso at SummerSlam. Roman's more than likely going to be holding that championship going into WrestleMania. I thought the match was great. I thought the match was basically everything that you've come to love and know about Roman Reigns, but in tag team form and with his entire family.
Yep.
Yeah, it includes Solo and Jay and Jimmy. Give us a tag team element with the Civil War tagline behind it. It was basically every Roman Reigns match that you've seen in this run. Very slow and brooding and, methodical. And then it builds to the big climax at the end of the match. Kickouts and story and just driven by fucking narrative and story at the end of the match. Love it. Love it. I know WWE tried to keep this as secretive as possible. Now we know why. They didn't want anybody knowing. They wanted the genuine reaction of everybody. Oh my God, Roman Reigns pinned after 3.5 years. I know a lot of people are already calling for Jey Uso to beat Roman Reigns for the World Championship. I see it all over social media already. All over Twitter. That is not the outcome. It's not. I don't know how you guys come to that conclusion. Jey Uso is going to be the Universal Champion.
No, it's not.
I just don't see that as a possibility. Like, he'll come close, but I don't see main event Jey Uso legitimately holding the championship as the guy on SmackDown to lead the show. I just don't see it. What WWE did tonight took a lot of fucking balls.
Yeah.
It took a lot of balls. I didn't think that they were going to do it. One thing that I already put out there is Cody's story has been diminished. I don't know what they do from here. I don't know how they're going to captivate the audience on Cody Rhodes. I don't. I think that ship has fucking sailed. That ship is long gone. What they did tonight took balls and it diminished everything that Cody Rhodes sought after as far as chasing Roman Reigns for the Universal Heavyweight Championship. You can sit there and agree with me or not. What they did tonight, I don't want to say completely ruined, but oh my God, man, they took what could have been a great story and taking the next guy in Cody to replace Roman, and they basically killed all mystique of it. It's almost as if WWE is going into that. If that's still the plan, they're going into it with half a heart.
Yeah, and I agree.
They're not going into it completely. No matter what you think, Roman Reigns being undefeated for 3.5 years was a predominant part of the story.
I do.
I don't give a shit what Cody says he's chasing. I don't give a shit what Cody says he's after, whether it's the Universal Championship or the WWE Championship. I don't give a shit how many chapters he wants to write before finishing his story. I don't give a shit who he dedicates it to. I don't give a shit. The story was Cody beating Roman. You don't think going into WrestleMania, now that we've already seen what we've seen tonight, you don't think Cody going into WrestleMania and beating Roman is going to feel different now that Roman's already been beaten? That was half of the story. The other half of the story was winning the World Championship. Now he's going to be winning the World Championship, and at the end of WrestleMania, who the fuck is going to care?
Exactly.
Who's
Cody
going to care as much as they should be caring about crowning the next guy in Cody Rhodes? You're going into it with half a fucking heart. You're going into it half a soul. It's over. So what are you trying to relate to me? You trying to relate to me that Cody beating Roman's going to be a big deal? Roman's already been beaten. He hasn't lost the championship, but Roman
Because that was half of the story going into WrestleMania 39. Who couldn't beat Roman Reigns? It was not Cody Rhodes. And why?
And he's like everybody else.
Yeah.
Everybody wins championships. Everybody wins the big one at some stage of their career. Winning the big one against Roman for the championship and beating him for the first time in 4 years was the story. Now the story is just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Cody is like everybody else. Cody winning a championship is going to be like everybody else winning a championship. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that is the story. Cody's story is now over. Cody's story is now finished. Cody's story is now Jey Uso's or Jimmy Uso's or Solo's story. See, you guys got to understand something. The balls that WWE had tonight to do what they did to Roman were so big that it is unusual for us to be sitting here talking about Roman being pinned in WWE. See, what you don't understand is that when Cody came into the WWE, he was the hot hand. When Cody came into the WWE, he was the biggest star, not named Roman Reigns, immediately. Why was Cody Rhodes the biggest star when he came into WWE? At WrestleMania, when he wrestled Seth Rollins, he got the big grand entrance, he got the big stage, and then he goes and does what he does. He wins the Rumble, he goes to Mania, he wrestles Roman, the guy, the #1 guy in the business at WrestleMania. Comes close, doesn't get the job done. Why was Cody so big when he came back to WWE? Does anybody want to answer that question for me? You don't really want to know the truth to that question. You don't really want to know the answer to that question because I have a lot of people in the chat and a lot of people on social media that are gonna basically call me an AEW shill and Tony Khan dick sucker and all this other shit that I hear every other fucking day on social media. Do you want to know why Cody Rhodes was a big star upon coming into the WWE? It's because of what he did outside of the WWE. It's because of what he did with AEW. It's because of what he did with Tony Khan as an executive vice president.
Cody wasn't doing anything now.
WWE's cards, they held them so close to the vest. Now WWE is starting to slowly reveal their cards at the poker table to you. See, Cody Rhodes was a big star because of what he did in AEW and on the Indies for 7 years before returning to World Wrestling Entertainment. Now, he's in WWE, and they have him. They have Cody.
Yeah.
When WWE wanted Cody, Cody was hot. Cody was the thing. Cody was what they wanted. Now they got Cody, and they don't really give a shit about Cody because now they got him. They got him locked up. And Cody, yeah, he's getting over, and he's got the whoa, and he's got the entrance, and he's got the baby face look that they want, and he's a fucking PR dream. He's John Cena light. He's selling merchandise. Cody has already become acclimated to the WWE machine, and now he's just another cog in the wheel.
Yep, another babyface.
Cody isn't special anymore.
Yeah.
Especially not after this feud with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, the feud sucked.
Cody is just another guy.
Cody Rhodes is just like...
He is. Did you genuinely think that WWE was going to bend over backwards, lube themselves up, and stuff their fucking asses with Cody? No.
Cody Rhodes is just like every other babyface who failed to get over. And when you win the title, it's going to mean nothing.
They were never going to do that. Why would they do that? The man made a career for himself in AEW and took that star to WWE. Cody was never big in WWE. Cody was only big in WWE, or is only big in WWE, because of what he did with other promotions. You'd think that Vince McMahon, who's, by the way, still running creative, not sure if you're aware of that. You think Vince McMahon's going to take somebody that made a name for themselves with Tony Khan and The Enemy, take him and have him win the World Championship? Have him be the guy to beat Roman Reigns, clean, after 4 years. Clean. Win the championship, pin him, end his reign, become the new quote-unquote tribal chief. You think that Vince McMahon's going to give that, the entire island, to Cody Rhodes? You got to be out of your fucking mind. You got to be out of your fucking mind dumb. Their cards are now slowly being put out on the table. Roman Reigns, by the way, you don't think Roman Reigns has a say in who he wants to lay down for?
I think Roman Reigns is also part of creative. I think he wanted this to put over his cousins and his family because it's Roman Reigns. I think they wanted shock value or a moment. And when you think about the entire storyline, it's been about Jey Uso, him putting over his cousins and giving Jey Uso that spotlight that he's had for like 3 years. Ever since he won the title and became the tribal chief. It's been really about Jey Uso. Jey Uso is the MVP, not just him, it's been Jey Uso.
You don't think Roman has a say in anything, right? Roman has much of a say in everything he does. As much of a say as Vince McMahon. There's a reason why Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns are together for 4 years. There's a reason why the bloodline exists on WWE television, because of Roman Reigns. Vince McMahon may be the guy pulling the strings, but the reason why Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns are together is because Roman Reigns demanded to work with Paul Heyman. This wasn't a Vince McMahon thing. This was a Roman Reigns thing. Roman has as much of a say in everything he does than anybody on that fucking creative team, as anyone in the company. Now their cards are being put out on the table. Roman laid down for his cousin, clean.
Yeah.
Roman did not lay down for Cody Rhodes. Roman did not want to wait to lay down for Cody Rhodes. He wanted it to be within the family. Again, Cody's story is finished. I don't give a shit what you think. I don't give a shit how you're affiliated with Cody. I don't give a shit how you feel about Cody. I don't give a fuck if you got a Cody mural in your fucking bedroom and you worship it every fucking night. Cody's run is over. When he wins the title, it will be like everything else.
Yeah.
Just another title victory.
Exactly.
Why? Because Roman Reigns was already pinned. That's what was going to make Cody immortal. That's what was going to make Cody the god. That was going to make Cody the guy. As far as I'm concerned, the guy who pinned Roman Reigns is the guy.
Yeah.
Because to win the title, you got to pin Roman. They go hand in hand. One equals the other.
Jey Uso had been the guy for like three and a half years. 3 years ever since the storyline started. Ever since they wrestled at Clash of Champion and what they told there. And then as the months and years went on, Jey Uso was the guy. Jey Uso was like the star of the entire storyline. He'd been the MVP. Not just Roman, he'd been Jey Uso.
WWE gave half of that away without giving away the other half. So what good is it?
And I get why they did it, to hype up the match for SummerSlam.
What good is it? This is why I did not want what happened tonight. This is why I did not want Jey Uso to pin Roman Reigns. Now you see why. And before you go call me a Cody hater, AEW shill, this and that, this is why I did not want it to happen tonight. This is why I would have rather had Cody do it. Nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to me. Sorry. You can sit there and claim it's not over and all this other shit and complain to me about him winning the title is the story. The story is over. Roman's already been pinned. Roman's already been beaten. Goodbye. Next. Who's next? Now they want to parade Cody around in a feud with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Is Jey Uso going to win the title? No. At this point, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit who wins the Universal Championship now, because Roman's already been beaten. Now it's just an inevitability that he loses the championship. Half of the mystique is gone. That's how careless WWE is. But you don't think WWE was going to not give it to someone in the family? You've just seen first steps taken by the NOI family and the bloodline. This is what they do. Jey Uso now owns the honor. Jey Uso now owns the honor. Who ends the reign? Don't know. Don't know. It won't be Jey. Will it be Solo? Will it be Jimmy? Will it be Cody? At this point, I don't really give a shit. Could be Seth. Could be Seth for all we know. Doesn't matter. Roman's already been pinned. Money in the Bank. I told you on Friday.
Yeah.
Told you on Friday during SmackDown, this is why you guys need to watch the streams and listen with both ears open.
Exactly.
Sit there and listen. I don't come on here to blow smoke up your ass. I said this legitimately last night.
Exactly.
LA Knight is the guy.
Yep.
That is your Mr. Money in the Bank. Again, I'm not sure you guys are aware. Vince McMahon's running creative.
Yeah.
When you ask yourself, well, why didn't WWE give LA Knight the Money in the Bank? Because Triple H is not running creative.
Now, in case you're wondering, that's JD from New York. He's also a podcaster who also reviews on wrestling. And he's actually very good at it, so that's why I'm listening to him talk. Because he actually does it a lot better. So my fans out there, my friends who are listening to this, and this is from another podcaster that I want you guys to hear. JD from New York is a lot. He actually does commentary a lot better than me. So once he gets done here, then I will go back to commentary. I will talk about the match itself. I'm gonna let you listen to him first.
He's not. You could sit there and deny it. You could sit there and claim Triple H is running and ruining WWE TV. You could sit there and pander to all the blithering fucking idiots you got following you on Twitter. Triple H is not running WWE creative.
Yeah, Vince McMahon.
He's not. Vince McMahon's running creative.
Oh, never mind.
Why didn't LA Knight win the Money in the Bank briefcase? Because Vince McMahon is in charge. Now you could sit there also and claim, well, Vince didn't give LA Knight the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah.
Because he thinks LA Knight is old.
And he's a babyface who's over. And Vince McMahon does not trust babyfaces in the company. Vince McMahon does not get new guys over. He actually buries them. That way they didn't go with them. He wanted to go with Logan Paul. But thank God that, but still, the Triple H made the right outcome by giving it to Damian Priest, who deserved it and earned it, because Damian Priest is a Triple H guy. And Damian Priest is going to get over.
Damian Priest won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he's just as old, if not older, than LA Knight. So that narrative can fucking go with the rest of them in the garbage. LA Knight didn't win the Money in the Bank briefcase because when someone gets over organically on their own, Vince looks at it as a negative. Vince looks down upon people who work very hard to get over. Vince looks down upon the fan base. When the fans want something, when the fans are vocal about something, when the fans want something or someone, Vince will do everything within his given power to give you something else. He will actively do the opposite of what you want and then laugh at you about it. That's why LA Knight didn't win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Here's another one
I
for you.
wanted to change my camera,
Piece
but
of
it's not gonna
information,
work.
another nugget that I'm going to give you for free. Going to save you $5 on whichever paywall you're thinking about. See, we were getting long, drawn-out stories on
Yes.
down upon everything that Triple H did in Black and Gold and
Alright.
Max Dupree. I didn't see nothing in him. Triple H changed his name while taking over my position in creative. Renamed him what I changed from LA Knight, right? LA Knight to Max Dupree. They gave him his old name back, his old gimmick, his NXT Black and Gold gimmick. Now Vince is back. Do you genuinely think that Vince McMahon's going to want to push LA Knight on WWE TV after changing his name and trying to kill the guy's career? Basically, he was going to get fired.
Exactly.
Basically, they were going to fire. Do you genuinely think Vince McMahon's going to give LA Knight everything that we think he deserves?
No.
Because of how over he is and how great he is? When this guy was basically given a second lease on life by Triple H. If Vince goes and does LA Knight as Mr. Money in the Bank, Vince is admitting failure. Vince is admitting that he's wrong.
Exactly.
That's why LA Knight didn't win Money in the Bank. That's why LA Knight is not sitting here with potentially the opportunity to challenge Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Again, a little nugget of information for you. And what does he wrestle? 3 times a year? It's great. Playing with somebody who's a fucking... You guys. LA Knight should have won Money in the Bank. Vince wanted Logan Paul. Triple H wanted LA Knight. They couldn't come to an agreement. What happened? They canceled each other out. The Dark Horse, Damian Priest, won the match because Vince and Triple H couldn't get their guy.
And I agree with it. I think Damian Priest was the right option, and I loved how it was unpredictable. Some people expected it, someone didn't. I kind of expected it. Guy didn't want it. Guy think that they'll give it to LA Knight. We knew Logan Paul wasn't going to win it because that's a waste. I don't think they think LA Knight is ready for a world title opportunity. I think Damian Priest is. And based on what happened with Judgment Day that we will talk about later on, based on what happened with him, what's going on with him in the Judgment Day, hopefully we get something on Monday Night Raw.
Damian Priest was never going to win this match 100%. Never. I don't give a shit what they tell you. Damian Priest always had a chance. Damian Priest had a story if he won. But he was never 100% the runaway, blow-away guy in this Money in the Bank ladder match. Never.
Yeah.
It was always going to be Logan Paul or LA Knight. How they didn't give it to LA Knight after the reaction that he got in London tonight and yesterday, again, it goes back to what I said about Vince McMahon. So they basically canceled each other out. Now, Triple H is also big on Damian Priest. I don't want to sit there and tell you that Damian Priest is not Triple H guy. So Triple H really did kind of win out here because he's got, let's be real, a lot of the men in this match are Triple H guys. But Logan Paul, he sticks out like a sore thumb as the guy Vince McMahon would want to win amongst a sea of ex-black and gold wrestlers from NXT. That's why he was put in there. Because Vince McMahon needed to have creative at a higher level.
Yeah.
And I can't have creative at a higher level with NXT scrubs.
Yeah.
I have no problem with Damian Priest winning.
Me neither.
This could have been a lot worse.
It could have been.
A whole lot worse.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys are saying, well, that's not the mentality that I want. LA Knight should have won. It could have been a lot better. Gonna have to stop you right there. Then that's disrespecting Damian Priest, and that's not what we do. I have no problem that Damian Priest won. None. LA Knight was the better choice. I think it was a little bit more leaning towards him with the reactions that he's been getting.
Yeah.
I mean, the customer should always be right. If the fans want something, why not give it to them? Why go against the fans? But I'm not sitting here telling you that Damian Priest didn't deserve it. Damian Priest has been fucking owning it in every high-level performance that WWE's put him in. WWE put him in the ring against Bad Bunny and gave us one of the best matches of the entire year. He's been wrestling Seth Rollins on the house show circuit at a high level. He's a main event guy and quickly becoming one.
He been that way since being called up. I mean, like, I remember that great match he had with Bad Bunny and The Miz and John Morrison. He had a great match with Sheamus when he was the U.S. champion at SummerSlam 2 years ago. And then Vince McMahon killed his gimmick and turned him heel and turned him into whatever the fuck he was. And then ever since being with Judgment Day, the guy's been good. He's been getting over. He's having bangers. Him being in Judgment Day has saved his career. Him being with Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor. And the match he had with Bad Bunny at Backlash a few months ago was great, phenomenal. It should have been invented because Damian Priest is a main event guy. He has shown it that and proven it that.
Why are you complaining that Damian Priest won the Money in the Bank briefcase?
I'm not either. Damian Priest deserves it. I don't know who complained about Damian Priest, but seriously, Damian Priest is a new guy, a young guy, someone who never experienced winning Money in the Bank or ever being world champion. Hopefully that we get it right with Damian Priest. He has a chance to cash in on Seth Rollins.
Could have been Santos Escobar. Could have been Butch. Could have been somebody else that Vince McMahon doesn't give a fuck about. At least at some point, they care about Damian Priest. In some way, they care about Damian Priest.
Yeah.
And Damian Priest has something that those other guys don't. And they have Damian Priest, rather, has a built-in story. They don't. Damian Priest has a built-in story with Finn Balor and the Judgment Day. And you see where this is going. Priest and Balor are going to clash heads now over the fact that Balor did not beat Rollins, but Damian Priest got the briefcase. Damian Priest showed up in that match, and he ruined Balor's chances. He caused a distraction for Balor. Balor's going to blame him. One thing leads to another. We get Balor kicking Damian Priest out of Judgment Day. It's going to happen. That's where it's kind of going. Maybe when Priest cashes in that briefcase, Balor returns the favor and distracts him from successfully cashing in on Seth Rollins. Then that's when we get Damian Priest being booted out of Judgment Day, and in comes J.D. McDonough.
Hopefully that's where they're going. I don't know. We never know. I think they'll keep him in Judgment Day a little bit longer. Maybe they'll add in J.D. McDonough and we get all 5 members of Judgment Day. We can build up a storyline. And then maybe they'll kick out Damian Priest and maybe he'll go babyface. If he goes babyface, I don't see him casting on Seth Rollins unless Seth Rollins loses to a heel and then Priest cashes in. Now I hope Damian Priest has it for a very long time. 6 or 8 months, actually should be a year. He should have it for a very, very long time. I don't want to see him casting on Raw or SmackDown. I don't want to see him casting on a filler pay-per-view that a deal show. No. Have him with the briefcase for a very, very long time. And when the time is right, that's when you'll cast in. If you haven't won it if you haven't cast in 2-3 months, he'll be a transitional champion. It might not mean as much. So hopefully he has it for a while. Hopefully. Because Money in the Bank have been like 6 or 7 years since we care about Money in the Bank. Hopefully that this time Damian Priest does something with it. Last year, Austin Theory, he didn't do anything with it. It was under disgrace. Big E, they fucked up Big E casting. And year after year, Money in the Bank had not been shit. So hopefully this year they get it right.
Balor gets his guy. He replenishes Judgment Day. Damian Priest gets kicked out. He goes on a babyface run, hopefully different than what Vince McMahon gave us when he tried to turn Damian Priest into Lou Ferrigno. But I have no problem with Damian Priest winning the Money in the Bank at all. At all. I thought the men's Money in the Bank ladder match was the best Money in the Bank ladder match that we've gotten in recent memory. Tremendous match they put on. Everybody showed up. Everybody. Ricochet and Logan Paul almost fucking killed each other. Logan Paul almost fucking broke his neck. But, again, viral moment. That one will be shared for months to come. You thought that the Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay fucking Tiger Driver 91 was bad. That was nearly just as bad with Ricochet and Logan Paul. The women's Money in the Bank. This one they got right. This was probably the best women's Money in the Bank ladder match maybe ever. Maybe ever.
And that's a very low bar. It's been a few years now since we had a great ladder match, because last year was the worst, and then before that, in 2021, that was the worst ladder match, one of the worst endings of all time, with Nikki Trash winning it, making the woman look so stupid, and Liv Morgan won it, and Shotzi Blackheart and all the bosses. But this year, it was one of the best ladder matches ever. A lot of hot spots, a lot of moments, and I absolutely love the ending. Now JD about to say it, but I love the ending with Io Sky handcuffing Bailey and Becky Lynch together so they can't climb up the ladder. That was so creative and so smart. And Io Sky, she climbed up and unhooked the briefcase. She got a massive pop from the crowd. They cheered for her. They chanted, "You deserve it," and she does. The white person won. She does deserve it. We hope this. Hopefully she booked right and she cashes in. I have her. Hopefully she had the breaker for a very long time. And when the time is right, hopefully she can wrestle Asuka, Bianca, Charlotte, Rhea. Hopefully, I'm okay with that.
I don't remember a women's Money in the Bank ladder match that was that enjoyable.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Now, a lot of it centered around Becky and Zoe Stark and Trish Stratus, but everybody in that match showed up to work.
Yeah.
Zelina showed up to work, took a chance, took a big chance in that match, paid off. She got herself a nice little moment. Bailey and Io, their story, that continued. Bailey intentionally trying to take it away from Io, showing that she is a jealous bitch. Taking that away from Io. You knew that was going to come into play. Becky focused on Trish and Zoe having the 2-on-1 there. There was a reason why they are in that match, to take it away from Becky. This was a very good match with a great ending. The handcuff spot was awesome. Io wins the briefcase. They got it right. Creative got it right. I also mentioned this. If LA Knight wasn't going to win the men's Money in the Bank, then Io was going to win the women's, because Triple H wasn't going to get 2 Money in the Bank outcomes that went his way.
Yeah.
Now, if LA Knight won, then I was expecting Trish Stratus to win the Money in the Bank, because then, again, it would go right back to being 50-50 creative split between.
And thank God that didn't happen, because Trish Stratus is a part-timer. She's old, past her prime. She don't need the briefcase, and she's not casting in. She'll probably fail cast it, and that'll just be a waste. So I'm glad that didn't happen. We don't need Trish Stratus. I don't know why she was in this match, but we don't need Trish Stratus winning it. It could have been Zoe Snark, but I don't think she's ready. She would got there.
But the fact that LA Knight did not win the men's, Io won the women's. I could see that being the way it played out.
Yeah.
Either way you want to look at it, it was the right outcome. She deserved it. She is getting over with the audience, and it's about time you guys see Solo Io Sky.
Yeah.
Because what she does in that ring is fucking great.
Phenomenal.
Io versus Asuka, Io versus Charlotte, Io versus Rhea, Io versus Bianca again. I mean, she doesn't have the best mic skills in the WWE, clearly, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't think about her becoming women's champion. She absolutely deserved it. And it's different. It's not Bailey, it's not Becky, it's not Trish. It's different. That's what I loved about it most. Cody Rhodes and Dominic disappointed. Crowd was more about chanting and having a good time than caring about the match.
Yeah.
Everybody seemed to love Rhea's new hairstyle.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
also
awesome.
a big takeaway from the match that everybody was talking about instead of the actual match with Dominic and Cody.
Yeah, that was just sad. People talking about Rhea's hair. She had a great hairstyle. That got more reaction than the match. That's just sad. I feel bad for Cody Rhodes being in this filler and the filler feud on this pay-per-view and have this nothing match that was not a pay-per-view match. It was like less than 15 minutes. It might have gone 10 minutes. It was just there. It should have been saved from Monday Night Raw. Cody hit a Cody Cutter crossbow, and that was it. No Brock Lesnar showing up. Clean win. A waste of my time. And I say again, why was this on the card? This is all they have for Cody Rhodes? Cody Rhodes couldn't be in Money Bank? Oh, that's why we have to wait till Brock Lesnar. The 4-month feud dragged on way too long. Hopefully we get it done at SummerSlam. I expect that Brock will show up at SummerSlam, and then what? Why should we care?
Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, underwhelming.
Yeah.
Big time for a world championship. And Shayna Baszler turned on Ronda Rousey tonight. There is a reason why Shayna turned on Ronda. We could be looking at the end of Ronda Rousey in WWE.
Ronda Rousey, holy moly. If I can only hope, no more Ronda being pushed, no more her getting these opportunities. Now, if this is all to put over Shayna Baszler and give her a single push that she deserved and have her elevated and be in championship matches and be that killer badass Shayna that we all miss and love from her days in NXT. She deserves it, and as I said before, Shayna Baszler is too good to be in a tag team. There was no reason for her to be chasing these worthless tag team titles for 3 years. 3 years since she's been called up. She's been the tag team, Nia Jax, and that awful storyline, Natalia, Ronda Rousey. She competed at 3 WrestleManias in tag team matches, trying to go after these women tag team titles. I really hope that they give her a single push, and she beats Ronda Rousey. Hopefully that she squashes her, and then this might be it for Ronda Rousey. She might go away for a while, and Shayna will take her place. She'll be pushed.
There's no way that the reports were claiming they wanted to change the division, and then all of a sudden, Shayna turns on Ronda, ending the team 3 weeks after they won the tag team titles.
Yeah, transitional champions.
Something's going on there. We'll fill you in on what's going on there right here on the podcast.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys very much for joining me on Off the Script. One hell of an opening to the show, huh? Told you I had a lot to get off my chest. Told you I had a lot to get off my chest, man. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications.
Yeah.
Reaction. Butch, the hometown guy, got a decent reaction. LA Knight, the roof popped big for LA Knight. Logan Paul got booed out of the building. Damian Priest and Santos Escobar round out the field of 7 here.
It was a pretty good match. Good reaction. LA Knight was the one that got the most reaction. Damian Priest, lukewarm reaction. LA Knight got major boo, massive boo. The crowd didn't give a shit about LA Knight. Match was great.
The big spots in this match. Logan Paul gave Priest a brutal frog splash off the apron on top of an elevated ladder that was positioned on the barricade and the ring apron. Big frog splash, nailed it. Looked like it sucked more for Logan Paul than it did for Damian Priest. Fans chanted, "You still suck," at Logan Paul. There were nice chants of bruiserweight, by the way, for Butch. You guys know Butch. Let me at him! Let me at him, Scoop!
Yeah, that was JD.
Ready?
I love
when
it.
are we going to change Butch's name back to, I don't know, Pete Dunne?
Oh, I can't wait.
The bruiserweight is not Butch.
I cannot wait.
Butch is not the bruiserweight. Pete Dunne is the bruiserweight. What
I
are
can't
we waiting
wait.
for? But I guess with Vince McMahon running creative at a higher level, I don't think we'll ever get the bruiserweight Pete Dunne back on WWE television.
I hope so.
Logan Paul gave LA Knight a beautiful-looking blockbuster. And Ricochet hit Logan Paul with a, I believe it was a recoil. Or it wasn't a recoil. It was a shooting star press. Shooting star press.
Yeah.
He hit Logan Paul with that. Escobar.
All right, so
And sent.
I think we heard enough from JD from New York. Think
to the rope and does.
Hold on.
Falcon Arrow.
Alright, so I think we heard enough from JD from New York. Now we do have some other YouTubers. We have Just Alex, who's also, he actually just started his video. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, after I get done with this, we as you guys know, tonight is AEW Collision. Actually, it's already over. It's been over. It was over at 10 o'clock. So, um, I'm actually not going to talk about it. I will not do a review on AEW Collision. I'm not going to talk about the show. I know that
For the ring, he's saying, "Come here, fatty. Come on, yeah, we'll take you on next. This is exactly what I wanted." And then we get
the message for AEW Collision was actually I don't think we did get Dustin Rhodes versus what's his name? I don't know. MJF and Ethan Page for the World Championship. We have Miro versus Anthony Henry. Alright. It wasn't that good. Um, Now we do have the True Heel Heat Wrestling. I'm not gonna do their review tomorrow. Alright, so hold on. Alright, now let me change. Hold on, let me change the camera view. Hold on, let me change the camera view. Alright, only gonna show a few of this. Oh wait, where's the hold on, I actually only want to show hold on. Oh, I think it's like down here, I think. Yes, I think it's like down here. Wait, that's weird. I didn't. That might have gotten deleted. Oh, here it is. Alright, so as you guys know, I'm only going to show some of it, but I will show you guys the outcome of this match. It was now, as JD said, it was a good match. I'm only going to show you the winner. And as I said earlier, Damian Priest won. I think we should turn down the volume. Mike will turn on the volume here. That Damian Priest did win. They show the highlight of the match. Hopefully, I don't get a copyright strike. Yeah, so Damian Priest, he won that. And as I said, Ronda Rousey was turned on by Shayna Baszler. She betrayed her. She hit her from behind, hit the curve with a clutch, choked her out. Liv Morgan and Raquel, they double teamed Ronda. They pinned her, won the titles. So they won it back. They might have a transitional reign. I don't know when. But Liv Morgan got the she's now beating Ronda twice at Money in the Bank. Last year she cashed in and pinned her, and now for the second time she pinned her again and won the tag team titles. And as JD said, it might be the end of Ronda Rousey's singles push. Now this right here, Gunther beat Matt Riddle in 8 minutes. He squashed Matt Riddle in a pretty damn good squat match. Matt Riddle was destroyed. Gunther locked in a submission to make Matt Riddle tap out because of his ankle, and he tapped out. After Gunther won, Drew McIntyre came out. The crowd popped for Drew McIntyre. We haven't seen him since WrestleMania, since he lost to Gunther in that triple threat match. But the crowd chanting, "Go Drew McIntyre!" It was actually pretty cool. It was actually nice. Like, I'm glad to see Drew McIntyre back. It looked like they're setting up the match for SummerSlam, Gunther and Drew McIntyre. I don't think Drew McIntyre is going to win because Gunther is so close of breaking the Honky Tonk Man record of being the longest Intercontinental Champion in WWE history of the modern era. I think in early September he'll break the record. SummerSlam's on August 5th, and I think Payback is September 7th or September 5th. I don't know, but he will break the Honky Tonk Man in early September. I don't think Drew McIntyre win. I think this is to put Gunther over because Drew McIntyre does not need the IC title. He doesn't need the IC champion. Him as a babyface doesn't need it. Unless they turn him heel and change the character, but he doesn't need it. I mean, first of all, he should be in a world title picture. He's been in the mid card since the start of this year. He should be in world title pictures. And don't tell me this is to get Drew McIntyre over and give him a moment with fans after being shafted at WrestleMania 36 because of the pandemic. I don't hear that excuse. And this is for the mid card at SummerSlam. Wasn't different than it than WrestleMania beating Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. So no, I don't think Drew McIntyre is winning. I think this is just to pull over Gunther. And Gunther should get revenge on Drew McIntyre for having last time. I mean, Drew McIntyre, I think he was the first guy to pin Gunther. Drew McIntyre was the guy that pinned Gunther 3.5 years ago at the Survivor Series in 2019 when he pinned Gunther off a Claymore kick that people hated and I ranted about it. We all hated how that happened. And Gunther deserved better than that. So I think Gunther should beat Drew McIntyre. And hopefully they might tell that story. And that, obviously Gunther had to win here. He had to win. Now this over here, as I said, Cody Rhodes defeated Dominic less than 15 minutes. It might have gone 12 minutes. I don't know. Less than 15 minutes. It was not a pay-per-view match. It was a waste of time. And JD from New York said the best part was the crowd. The crowd sang along to Cody Rhodes theme song. Wow, wow, wow. He's like, wow, wow. And crowd booed Dominic. He got big heat. Rhea Ripley had a great hair. That's all. That's all it was. There was no Brock Lesnar. He didn't interfere in this match like we expected. Pretty much a waste. Now I wanted to actually it's not gonna show. Oh my bad. My bad. As I said, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor was a disappointment, lackluster. They went 12 minutes. The only thing that was interesting was Damian Priest. Damian Priest. Seth Rollins win. They're teasing something with Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Now we can get to the main event. As I said earlier, the main event was very long. It went 32 minutes. Now it started off slow and boring. They dragged it. They were building up to the story that they were telling. Yeah. The Bloodline Civil War. Usos, Roman Reigns, and Solo. Who will be the one? Now before the match started, we did see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in an interview. They were in attendance. They were at the top of the session, and they wanted to sit and see what that Roman Reigns are gonna pay for what he's done, and they did. So yeah, Jey Uso pinned Roman Reigns for the first time. People are shocked. People are out of their mind. The crowd is shocked. People are going crazy that this really happened. Roman Reigns laying there. Jimmy Uso looked like he was gonna cry. Crowd is cheering. Jey Uso was moreover. Reigns just laying there. Paul Heyman was even shocked. Look, Paul Heyman's face, he was also shocked. I cannot believe that. Roman Reigns just laying there. Can you believe that? He just laying there. I thought it was a great ending, shocking, and they wanted shock value. They wanted shock value. Roman Reigns being paid for the first time in 3.5 years. I said everything I just said earlier, and you already heard JD from New York. He said we had to say. Um, and yeah, Now this match, it will be Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso at SummerSlam. I think they will end the storyline. It's pretty predictable. I mean, obviously no one expects Jey to win the title. I think Reigns is gonna win to end the storyline. But man, oh man, they did that for shock value. Roman Reigns wanted to pull over Cousins, and Jey Uso, like I said, he's been a star in the entire storyline, the entire bloodline. He's been the MVP of it. And give more hype to SummerSlam, and this will main event. It will main event. So that will main event. Might as well just end the video. Hold on, I'm trying to switch it back to my face. Hold on. Can I fix this? I don't know why that takes so long, but damn, that was awesome. Well, guess I'm done here. Might as well end the video. Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. If you guys want to see more, let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. I will be back with more. I will do a Monday Night Raw review, the fallout of Money in the Bank to see what happens. I will do SmackDown, AEW Dynamite. I will not do AEW Collision because it's already too late. But till next time, I'll see y'all later.